Wow. Holy freaking moly, Batman. Welcome to another episode of the Delusional Daydreams podcast. I am your host, Ari Lou. Holy freaking what the fuck has this week been? If you can't tell, I'm not seated in my normal setup. In a weird way I am, but in a weird way I'm not. The bed is down. The futon is down. It is no longer a couch, and let me tell you why. I live here now. If you didn't know, this room has been our spare room since we moved into this condo because Luke and I have been sharing the master bedroom. But like the universe loves to teach me, the only constant in life is change. Yeah. After almost 4 years together, we finally decided to say nay. We finally decided to throw in the towel. And I wouldn't even say it in the way of like throwing in the towel and giving up, because that is absolutely not what is going on. What's really going on is we threw in the towel because for the first time, we were able to look up at each other, look in the mirror, and face the fucking truth. No more turning our blind eye to the problems that we have been burying and pushing down and trying to ignore and trying to push through it and make things work, when deep down we knew we were fighting for something that is not working, that is not meant to be. The truth of the matter is, you should be fully in love and attracted and ooey gooey with your partner. It feels like, honestly, since the last miscarriage, and even before the last miscarriage, our relationship was rocky. We were pushing through, and it wasn't even just us being rocky. It was just our entire life was fucking chaos. One roadblock, one obstacle after another, one slap in the face, another slap in the face. And it just felt like we were clinging on to each other for dear fucking life, trying not to drown in the bullshit that has just been the last 3.5 years. This week has been the most heartbreaking week I have had to face and just plow through and experience full force, because it hasn't just been the relationship. It's been facing the fact that there are other things in my life that I'm having to release and let go of. Mindset spirals, bad habits, aka all my smoking addictions. This week has been fucking hell. But in the weirdest way, I'm so fucking grateful that this week happened, because last week, all I was asking from the universe was for clarity. All I wanted was some goddamn clarity in my life. And the truth is, I knew what that clarity was. I was just turning a blind eye to it. And since all this clarity has been revealed, that full moon that came through, everything is just releasing all the things I have been putting my energy into that are not serving me. All the little pathways that I have been expending my energy, whether it be people, habits, mindsets, career paths, projects, whatever. All these little different things that is just literally draining me and sucking me dry, that I just keep putting my energy into, that isn't getting me anywhere. All of that has been cleared up for me this week. All of it has been cleared up. And even though it has been the most painful process, having to face everything head on, no smoking to distract myself, no smoking to calm the pain, to ease the discomfort. No. The discomfort only shows that I'm stepping out of my comfort zone, that I'm stepping out of my box. And do you know what happens when you step out of your box? Growth. Yeah, so this week I have been going through the hardest breakup I have ever gone through. And the biggest realization I had this week was, even though the last 3.5 years has truly been just mass motherfucking chaos and just learning lesson after learning lesson and stepping into who I am today, like this week has been the close of a chapter and truly just stepping into this new transformative energy and confidence and strength within myself, knowing full as fuck deep-heartedly who the fuck I am, what I want. And honestly, I have no fear in the freaking world anymore. I have been punched down into the dirt so many times that at this point, I'm not scared to be pushed down even further. And to be quite real, looking back at the last 3.5 years, I'm filled with nothing but immense gratitude, because Luke has been the biggest godsend miracle that has ever come my way. And that might be weird for me to say as we're in the middle of a breakup, but truly, he saved me from literal death, my own destruction, my own path downhill. He brought me back to the surface when I was drowning and gasping for air and hoping someone would just look down and see that there's all these bubbles and there's something struggling. He was the one that reached down and pulled me out. And I'm so grateful for him, for seeing me in my darkest moments. But I look through everything and I look back at the last 3.5 years, and this relationship has truly been the first time in my life that I've ever experienced unconditional love. Truly. Through and motherfucking through. Unconditional love, acceptance, patience, communication, how to fucking communicate, how to communicate with people, how to communicate with your significant other, how to have discussions and not have fights. He has taught me so much about what it means to be in a relationship, what it means to have respect for your partner. He has taught me all the things that I never had the example of growing up. He showed me how good things can be even in the shit. Even when you feel like you're being dragged through literal shit. He showed me what it's like to have someone pulling you through. We've got this. No matter what blow up we had, mostly what blow up I had, he taught me what patience looks like. And I'm so grateful that one of the biggest lessons in all of it was not only how to overcome obstacle, like how to get yourself back up, how to push through the bullshit, and how to redirect like a motherfucker, how to come up with new plans of attack, how to not dwell, but just get back up and keep fighting. That was one of the bigger learning lessons, but the biggest one, when I look back, it's like I don't even see all the chaos anymore. I don't see all the hardships. The only thing I see looking back now is just like all the little pockets and all the little cracks that connect all the bullshit and those little pockets of light in those little moments where there was true love, true partnership. And that was the miracle. He taught me so much. And I'm so fucking grateful. And it's crazy to think that, like, we were only together for 3.5 years. That might not seem like a long time, but for me, that was actually, this is the longest relationship I've ever been in. Even though, like, it was only 3.5 years. When we met in 2020, the way we met when the pandemic happened, and then we got this, it was almost like we knew. When we met, it was like, I'm going to go 100 motherfucking% into this. And we did. We went 150%. We got this condo. We renovated an entire condo by ourselves with no money. YouTube University, like, did that. We've gone on multiple road trips across the country. We got a dog. We went through 2 miscarriages. And we also did so many different career things, trying to pursue different vlogs on YouTube, trying to do different social media things, trying to do different affiliate marketing, getting him his arborist certification and up-leveling his career. In the 3.5 years, we have put a 10 to 15 year relationship and squeezed it into 3.5 years and bundled it up, gave it our all, and was like, we're just gonna boom. And to be quite honest, I wouldn't take any of it back for the fucking world. Because even though we're in this situation right now today, where things did not work out the way we thought it would, and that happy ending that we had in the back of our head is not the ending that is going to propel us to our highest potentials as individuals. Even though that's not the case, I wouldn't take any of it back because there was so much love. I mean, we fucking went for it. If you're going to be in a relationship, why go half-ass? That's a waste of your goddamn time. Why have 1 foot in, 1 foot out? Oh, you see us. No, if you're going to fucking do something, go all out. Go all out. And if it doesn't work out, at least you know you gave it your all. I have no regrets with this. No regrets with this relationship at all. This really was the relationship that's meant for the big screen. Our story, the things we've done together. Oh my God. That is a story for the books. Even though in the last 3.5 years, it's been nothing but chaos and learning lessons and just hitting roadblocks and walls. And now, we're not together. I look back at all of it and realize that everything has been working in my favor this whole freaking time. The whole time during this relationship for many years, I was living in this mentality where it felt like the world was working against me. Truly, it felt like the world was just like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Anything I tried to do, it was just like boom, boom, boom. But now I look back and I look at where I'm at today and I look at everything I've learned and I look at the energy that's starting to just bubble within me. This newfound sense of self and what it means to love myself and show up for myself and make decisions and moves in this life for myself and my highest purpose and my highest potential, because I love myself and I deserve that from myself. I wouldn't be in this energy today if all of that shit hadn't have happened. If all the obstacles, if all the miscarriages, if all the bullshit hadn't have happened, I wouldn't be who I am today, staring at this blank canvas in front of me with nothing but open doors and new beginnings and possibilities. And I really do feel like I'm kind of just emerging. I'm at this point in my life where I am emerging. I am emerging from this caterpillar who was stuck in codependency issues, who was stuck making decisions based out of fear and lack and scarcity. This caterpillar who had no self-value or self-worth whatsoever, no self-control. That caterpillar in the last 3 years has been wound up in a cocoon, isolated, going through this transformation that at the time I had no idea what the fuck I was becoming, what was transforming, what was actually going on. But now that I'm out of the cocoon, I'm looking down and I'm seeing these new things. I think they're called wings. I don't know. I've never had them before. They're beautiful, aren't they? But now that I'm noticing, oh, I am this new person, this new individual with this new energy, this new being, this new sense of self. I have this natural instinct that it's time for me to fly. It's time for me to spread these wings. I don't know if they're going to catch me. In fact, I've never flown before. But for some reason, there is something in here pulling me to flap my wings, pulling me to take the leap of faith and have the trust within myself that I know how to fly. I don't know how to just flap my wings and fly and hover. No. I actually know how to take a running start, jump the fuck off this leaf or cliff, thinking in terms of butterfly size, boo-doo-doo-boo. Take a fucking leap and not just fly. I'm going to fucking soar. I am going to fucking soar. And I am at this point in my life right now where I'm on this leaf. I know I've got wings. Now I know what they are. Now I just have to trust that I know what the fuck to do. So I'm at the point where I'm starting to run and I'm about to take off. And I wouldn't be in this empowering position of self and self-love if it were not for the last 3.5 years. And if it were not for Luke. Luke has taught me so much. In this breakup, quote unquote, breakup, that word sounds so fucking harsh. Because when I think of the word breakup, I instantly think of intensity, tension, aggravation, shit not going right, anger, weird tricks and games. God, the constant back and that when I think of a breakup, all my past breakups, that's how it's been. They've been fucking terrible. Breakups are not great. Why do you think people hold on to relationships for so long? Because they don't want to experience the inevitable. That inevitable hurts like a fucking bitch. Especially the way society portrays it. Especially the way we were taught to handle a breakup. Letting our egos get in the way, staying closed-minded, feeling attacky, losing all sense of respect for the person that you only had respect for the last however long you were together. There is an opportunity to rethink how we view long-term relationships. We do not have to fight for shit if it doesn't feel right in our soul. We do not have to prove something to someone else. Being like, oh, well, we made it this long. Or, oh, who fucking cares? If you can't come home from work, look at your person in the eye and be like, damn, I missed you. Damn, get over here. I want to hug you. I want to love you. You are my rock. You are my center. You are my world. If you're fighting for something that does not make you feel like that, what the fuck are you fighting for? You're fighting to keep yourself away from the inevitable as long as humanly possible. But if that inevitable is motherfucking inevitable, it is a part of the destiny. You know deep down it's not going to work. You know that. Your heart is calling for something else. Their heart is calling for something else. You guys no longer look at each other the same. You guys no longer talk to each other the same. You guys no longer treat each other the same. At some point, we have to grow into our confidence and learn how to still have respect for another human being. Do you know how hard that is? Why let it get to the point where you no longer have respect for each other? Why let it go that far? Truly. Oh, because I really want a long-term relationship. I'm scared to be alone. But fuck off, dude. Okay. You don't think I've heard that before from every other human being on this fucking planet? You don't think everybody else is scared of being alone? Being alone is terrifying. But again, let's rework that narrative. Let's rework that concept, that illusion that being alone is scary. In fact, being alone is very empowering if you allow it to be. Because being alone and loving yourself through and motherfucking through, living in your truth, speaking your truth and making moves that are best for you and your purpose and your highest potential is always going to be better than fighting for a facade that you know it's just not worth it. Anyways, I'm just very grateful that Luke and I feel like we are changing the game. We not only changed the game when it came to being in a relationship and going full motherfucking force, 150% into this, putting everything into everything we were doing, building our life together. But now that we're separating, we're doing it like no one I've ever seen before, at least from my personal examples. Being able to stay civil, being able to keep respect for one another, being able to still be at this point of loving each other. Maybe not romantically, but loving the person as a fucking individual, as a human being. I love you. I respect you. I see you. And because I love, respect, and see you, we can't do this anymore. You are on a path to bigger things. I am on a path to bigger things. We can't keep doing this. So now we're in this really epic transitional situation, is what I would like to call it. There's something in my heart that's telling me Colorado is not where I'm supposed to be, or at least this valley is not where I'm supposed to be. This valley has been a lot of learning for me, but it's not my forever home. I can tell you that much right now. But what's really epic during this transition, until I figure out where to go, what to do, how to truly take care of myself in a way that I envision, and I'm sure everyone else envisions for themselves. You know, it's hard in this economy. This economy is not supporting the life change. I can tell you that much right now. It's very intimidating, and it's very scary to realize I don't have a job. I don't have a career, because for the last 3.5 years, I have been fighting to be the homemaker, the stay-at-home wife, stay-at-home girlfriend, working on the house, keeping everything up to date, being the support system for the man of the house. And on the side of doing that, working my ass off on some sort of empire for myself, so I don't have to go back to get a job, so I don't have to be a slave to the system to make a fucking paycheck so that the owner gets to sit on their ass twiddling their thumbs. No. I'm sick of working amongst mediocrity. I'm sick of being placed amongst mediocrity and having to just sit through it and take it. The reason I don't do well with jobs, in the past anyways, is because I got a mouth. And I cannot hold my shit sometimes. And to be honest, that's something I'm working on within myself. But my mouth has gotten me in trouble more times than not. Because when I see shit going on that should not be going on, that people are either turning a blind eye to, that people are settling for mediocrity and whatever. When I see that shit, especially in job settings, I stand the fuck up and I'm like, what the actual fuck is this? Like, what are we, 2 years old? Come the fuck on. Like, am I the only one with an aerial view seeing all these problems? What is going on? So I've struggled with jobs. I've struggled with anxiety. I've struggled with stability. And I've struggled being placed and having to put up with so much mediocrity within this world. I'm sick of it. But now I'm at a point in my life where, okay, not only is the economy absolute fucking trash, but now I'm going from this cute, cozy little life of being taken care of, being a stay-at-home, whatever, you know, having all this freedom to do my days as I please and work on things on my own time without the stress of like all the external. I just got rid of my entire safety net. I unclipped my safety net. And at this point, the only thing that's keeping me going is not only the confidence in myself, but also the faith, having faith in the universe and having faith in my journey and having faith in my spiritual journey, having faith that all of this is working for some bigger purpose and plan that I can't see yet. And I know it's time for me to emerge back into this world. I know it's time for me to flap my wings and learn how to fly. Trust that I know that I can soar and that I have been prepared mentally, physically, and emotionally up to this point to handle anything that comes my way. But it's fucking terrifying. I'm not going to sit here and be like, this is the easiest shit I've ever done. No, I've got no money. I've got no job. I've got no car. Technically, I've got no house. You know, this is a really epic situation where he is supporting me and still values me and my dreams and my desires and wants to support in any way he can. And if that means allowing me to stay in the spare bedroom until I can get on my feet, holy shit, thank you. Because do you know how much this bedroom costs here? $1,500. Do you think I have $1,500 a month to spend on a bedroom like this here? No fucking way I do. I don't even have $100 to go get groceries, okay? I don't have money. I don't have anything. And not only the material stuff do I not have, my family doesn't live here in Colorado. I don't have friends here in Colorado. I literally have been going through this week, going through this transition, going through these learning lessons, these epiphanies, having to stare myself and stare the truth in the face all by myself. 100% by myself. Luke has been very supportive. And again, so counting my blessings, so fucking grateful that he just is who he is. And one day, whoever ends up with him, goddamn, you're a lucky girl. Lucky, because he wears his heart on his sleeve. And it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful to experience that. And I'm also just like thinking about it. I'm so grateful that the way this ended, it turned into friendship. And such a strong, powerful friendship. Because friendships last forever. Friendships are a gift for a lifetime. You know? And if we can reframe that, restructure just the way we interact with humans, with each other. Oh my God. Heartbreakingly beautiful time I'm in right now. If you can't tell, I'm still getting over whatever sickness I had last week, and definitely with quitting the smoking too. I have just been coughing up so much shit, like gross ass, like dark, black, gray stuff. TMI, I'm sorry, but it's been an epic realization of like, oh my God, we're getting it all out. We're starting fresh energy, fresh page of the book, fresh chapter. And it feels so good. And even though it has been empowering, when I do take the time to like slow down, sit back and like look at how everything has transpired, it's been very empowering to be going through this in a sense on my own. To be quite real with you, my inner child has been screaming, and screaming. And I feel like one of my bigger learning lessons with all of this, not only facing the truth and facing the facade and the mask that most of humanity is living within their own, but facing our own truth and our own facade, and this realization that my inner child has been screaming this entire fucking time. And this big realization is learning how to fuck off, fly. Jesus fucking Christ. My inner child has been screaming at me my entire life. Screaming for attention. Screaming to be seen, to be heard, to be prioritized. And for the first time, I have the opportunity to step up and see her screaming. See her screaming in the corner. I'm no longer ignoring that noise that's just been buzzing in the back of my head. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Oh. And realizing that for so many years, I have been burying myself and putting everybody else above me. Everybody else's needs, everybody else's priorities. Always looking for the external, always looking for external validation, external love. When all I really needed was to step up to the plate for myself, validate my own experiences, validate my own feelings and emotions, and tell myself, you're not crazy. I'm so sorry you're so hurt. I'm so sorry you're so unseen. And I'm so sorry you've had to fight and claw your way for attention for this long. Oh my God, I am so sorry. But I will no longer let anybody in my life, relationships, friendships, acquaintances, coworkers, family members, I will no longer let anybody that has a view that is close to me take me for granted, underappreciate me, and not see me when I'm standing right in front of them. Because if that's the choice that they're going to make, if they're going to put baby in the corner, it's actually such an epic example, Dirty Dancing. But I truly feel like baby that's been put in the corner my entire fucking life. But if you're going to put me in the corner and undermine me and not see me, I'm not going to give you the view anymore. You no longer get the opportunity or the option to not see me, because you're not going to see me at all now. I am setting up boundaries for people that do not value me, do not see me, and do not put in the effort like I put the effort into them. I'm at this point in my life where, because I am understanding that I no longer need the external validation and the external love, I need that from myself. I will no longer allow that to be my reality, because I am a fucking sports car that has been parked in the basement in the back far corner collecting dust for years. And it's about fucking time that someone comes over, turns the key, and I go off and I get seen where I'm appreciated. It's time for me to go where I'm appreciated. I will no longer go where I am tolerated and haphazardly kept up with. I deserve more. And I'm going to be flat out and say that I deserve more. You deserve more. We deserve more. And I think it's truly just coming to the realization of what I deserve, and what I deserve I can give to myself. I no longer need the external. The life force is here. I am the life force. But yeah, it's time for me to get out into the world. It's time for me to take all that energy that's just been being sucked and pulled into all these directions. I got my clarity this week. Be careful what the fuck you ask for, because the universe will hand it to you. But now I'm at this point where I am reclaiming all this energy. And now I've been taking this week, before I really make any big drastic moves, I want to be intentional about it, right? I don't want to just, oh, fuck it, you know? I want to be led through my heart space, and I also don't want to be led through scarcity or lack. So differentiating for me in my reality what that means, and also discovering the things that make me me, the things that make me feel like me, spending more time doing those things, bringing the me out, doing the things I've been called to learn, to do, to try. I'm no longer scared of shit. Let's go. I am not scared of anything right now. And maybe that's the energy I needed to fully pursue or step into whatever opportunities I know are headed my way. I know I'm headed right towards them. Because for the first time, I'm making decisions for myself based from my heart. But god damn, does it feel so fucking good to be stepping into me. To be doing me, thinking about what I want to do, what I want to spend my time doing, what I want my life to look like. And I'm realizing with this newfound energy that it is time to make different choices than I have in the past. It is time for me to do things differently. Because if I want a different outcome, I can't be doing the same shit that hasn't gotten me anywhere. No. It's time to fucking do something different. Make different choices for myself. Step up to the plate. Show the universe how badly I want it. I know the universe will meet me halfway, but I also have to do half the work. I have to meet the universe halfway. I have to find the strength. I have to find the courage. I have to be willing to take the risks and take the steps towards choosing my peace, towards speaking and living within my truth. I think that's all we have today, folks. I don't even know if I said everything I wanted to say, but this is the first podcast I've recorded this week because it has just been so overwhelming. So I know this is definitely a longer podcast. So thank you so much for tuning in and hearing me blab on and on and on like I always do. I really appreciate you. I hope you got something out of it, maybe perspective, or if you're going through something similar, if you're going through something life-changing, just know you're not alone. Or if you're considering taking a leap, considering taking the risk, considering moving in the direction of your truest heart space, just realize, just start questioning, start asking yourself, when you're making decisions in your life, how many of those decisions in your life were made out of fear versus just true faith and heart space? Because if you're making decisions out of fear, I can tell you right now that is not the path for you. That shows that you have no faith in the bigger. That shows that you have no faith. It shows that you don't trust the bigger sense, the consciousness, the energy, whatever you want to call it, God, whatever. You living out of fear, you making decisions out of fear, shows your lack of a relationship to the bigger. Fact. Fucking fact. Only thing holding you back is yourself. In your victim mentality. And the only reason I can say that right now is because I literally was living that. I'm not talking out of my asshole, right? I'm not just pulling shit out like I don't have perspective, right? I'm saying this shit because I literally just lived it for 3.5 years, okay? And actually, honestly, my entire life has been fear-based decisions, running away from things, not having control, not trusting myself, not having faith or a relationship with anything bigger. So I'm allowed to speak on this and I'm allowed to say what I want to say because I have perspective. So if this is triggering you, if this is hurting you in the feels a little bit, it's probably triggering you for a reason. So instead of getting mad at the messenger, let's go ahead and turn that around and look in the mirror. Because I'm sick of having to defend myself. But I'll defend myself all day because I'm worth defending. And if I'm the only one that's going to defend myself, I fucking will. Holy shit, that's so aggressive. It's funny because like through this whole process, one of the things I've learned about myself is like one of the biggest purposes I have here on earth, truly, like my existence, my sole purpose and existence is to shake the foundations in people's lives. I am here to make people start questioning. I am here to inspire radical action and intentional change. I am here to shake the comfort zone. And I always have. Me being brought into this world. That was my story. Shaking the foundations. Your purpose is so much bigger than all the fears you have in your head. You are capable of so much more than you give yourself credit for. And you are so much stronger than you give yourself credit for. You deserve to hear that. Okay, I'm cutting this off. Nay, motherfucking nay. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, week, month. Until next time, Ari Lou signing out. Pace punch, Captain Crunches. Look in the mirror and tell yourself you're beautiful. Because you are.